facial hair, the great taboo of female beauty. But what if instead of fighting it, we decided to embrace it? In 2016, one brave 24-year-old British woman appeared on the catwalk of London Fashion Week, sporting a full beard. So I'm on my way to go meet a lady called Harnaam. She lives with a condition called PCOS, so it's polycystic ovary syndrome. And I think there are sort of various different symptoms. One of them is sort of excessive body hair, and that's very much a part of her life. Harnaam Kaur's decision to bear all generated both applause and abuse.
Sometimes I just want to cry. You know, sometimes I just don't want to speak to anyone, but be your authentic selves.
She has since become an outspoken advocate for body positivity, challenging our concept of female beauty.
So you can either look at us and admire, or you can walk the hell on.
I want to learn about Harnaam's turbulent journey and discover the woman behind the beard. I can't tell you how many thousands of pounds I've spent on, you know, waxing and lasering. There's not a hair on my body. And the idea that a lady would have like a full-on beard feels so strange to some people, probably most people. So the idea that she's sort of come out and really took ownership of, you know, who she is, of course, that's pretty bloody cool, isn't it? For the first time on this show, I will not be staying at the family home. Interestingly, I am staying in an Airbnb with Harnaam because I think for whatever reason, filming at her house just wasn't an option, but keen to meet her. Thank you.
How are you?
How are you? All right?
I'm good. Well, this is where we're staying for a few days.
I'll take this. Oh, we've got bags of space.
Loads of space to do loads of things.
That's it.
That's my boy Kai.
Oh my goodness me. Oh, he's so handsome. Can I say hello?
Yes, you can.
Kai.
Yeah. He's 18, 19 months old.
Oh, he's a baby.
He's still a baby.
Hello, Kai. Oh, I know all the fuss.
He's a gentle giant.
He's so stuns. I really love dogs.
Right?
I had a bulldog, Harnaam. It was like I'd given birth to this dog.
Yeah.
I just loved him so, so much.
I can imagine.
So you're from London?
I'm from London,
Right.
born and raised.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you live with your family?
I live with my family, yeah. We're like such a small family. My mum and my dad and my younger brother. So they're from India, travelled here like, 32 years ago, 33 years ago, had me.
So talk me through the weekends. What are the plans?
So tonight I'm cooking for you.
Great.
I have loads of models coming to a studio because we're going to be doing a photo shoot for my makeup brand. Monday is going to be a bit difficult for me because we're going back to my school. We're going to meet one of my teachers who I just adored growing up.
Okay.
Loads
so
to
like
do.
A busy weekend. We're staying in an Airbnb.
Yes.
This is so unusual for Sleeps Over. Tell us why it weren't possible to film at your home.
Because of who I am, I guess culturally, religiously, being a woman with tattoos, piercings, I'm very outspoken. A lot of people feel like I'm going against the Sikh religion. And due to that, I do get a lot of death threats.
Death threats?
Death threats, yeah. Mad, just for being who I am. That's why we're not filming in my house, because I want to sort of protect the privacy of my parents, where I live. Like, I have a duty of care for them.
It's not the relationship with your folks that is problematic. It's the fact that you're protecting them, really.
It's not just that, oh, she's a bearded lady. No, it goes in deep. Like, real hatred from people just because of who I am. I've decided to, as a South Asian woman, be very outspoken about certain taboo subjects, you know? Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's have a brilliant weekend in this Airbnb. Me, you, Kai. Kai's knackered.
He hasn't done anything.
He's so bored. I've been here 20 minutes and he's asleep. Should we go and find our bedrooms?
Yes.
Get settled, have a cup of tea.
So we've got this bedroom here. I do love how big the beds are, by the way. And then we've got one more just right at the top.
Penthouse.
And this one's got an ensuite bathroom. And it's got a mini fridge. I slyly want this one.
You have this one. We'll put you in the PH.
What's a PH?
Penthouse.
Oh!
As you should. It's not every day that you meet a woman with a beard. I was expecting to hear that she got hassle and people passed judgment and people would say cruel insults. I hadn't taken into account that death threats would be something she's got to contend with. I think over the next couple of days, I'm definitely going to learn a bit more about the scale of sort of people's reactions and outsiders' perceptions of Harnaam.
You've got such good skin. I would love to see that colour on you.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm blue-white. Look how pale I am. That'd be fine for me.
Then I've got a dry skin cream, because I get like combination skin, an aqua cream for like hydration. Then I've got like a primer.
You're going to be so deeply unimpressed with my makeup bag. It's that big. There's a couple of bits in it. Polycystic ovary syndrome can affect women in different ways and at different stages of their lives. And for Harnaam, the facial hair growth started to become an issue towards the end of primary school. When you were in school, were you trying to hide your beard?
Yeah, I started, I think, waxing at the age of like 13. But like my beard was like, you're trying to get rid of me, yeah? Bitch, I'm gonna come back with a vengeance. She grew. Because I'm sat here now, yeah? 31-year-old woman with a flipping beard that's about to oil it. And I'm just like, how did I get to this point? I didn't think I was gonna live past 16. I didn't think I was gonna live past 23. I didn't think I was gonna live past 30. And I've been in Vogue Japan. I've been in Teen Vogue. I've done a TED Talk.
You've been a cover girl.
I've been a cover girl for Cosmo India. I've travelled, I've had my own tour. I've collabed with like big makeup companies. Like I've done so much that the girl inside is just like, how on earth have you done that? You know? And I don't know. And it came from having to be broken over and over again to then be able to stand up and be like, this is me, you know?
Do you feel beautiful?
I feel internally beautiful. My soul is beautiful. I feel that like my personality is beautiful, like my ruthlessness, you know, I find that beautiful.
Can you see that you're physically attractive?
Oh, I'm hot.
As you should. Good for you.
Like, it's funny though, because a lot of men are just like, how do you do that? Like,
They're desperate for your secrets.
well, a lot of the time that's where the hate comes from, because it's like, I challenge their manhood, you know? And when it comes to hate from women, it's almost like I challenge their femininity, you know?
Yeah. So when people say to you, why don't you just get rid of your beard? What's your answer?
Why should I? We're so focused on other people and how they see us. Like, when was the last time we sat ourselves down and thought, I want to peel back the layers of who we are, because we're so used to other people's opinions of us and us taking on their opinions. I'm used to the abuse, but it's very taxing as well, because there are days where I feel vulnerable and I ain't got time to feel vulnerable. There are times where I don't really want to face the world. Okay, come.
Before we settle in for dinner, I want to find out if Harnaam's choice of pet was one born out of necessity.
It was like the hardest thing to do is teach a Rottweiler who's in charge.
So he's your first dog.
He's my first dog, yeah.
Talk me through why you felt like you needed Kaya.
Well, first of all, I've always wanted a dog. Then I was like, if I want a dog, I'd obviously want one that I absolutely adore, but that can also help protect and guard. He makes me feel safe. you know?
So if someone was going to say something unkind or cruel or malicious, they're going to think twice.
Like, he is the reason to why I am able to go out past a group of 5, 6 foot something men and not feel scared. But then, good boy, oi.
What kinds of things do people tend to say?
Oh wow, people used to shout shit at me in the street, like transphobic stuff, like homophobic slurs, to racist slurs.
Do you ever feel physically threatened?
Yeah, of course. From the point that I have death threats, and I know that people, you know, even from like my hometown are saying things to me like, if I see you, I will fill your body with bullets. Like yeah, physically threatened, 100%.
Are they saying this to you online?
Online, it's hard.
pal.
Eat my body.
It seems that Harnaam has spent much of her life scared of the world around her, not knowing when or from who the abuse may come from.
Look at you! Fuck off! Oh, God!
Out! Stop! Stop it! Out!
Good boy.
Harnaam first met dog trainer Raj when Kai was 6 months old. They have since become good friends.
Kai, sit.
Brilliant. Give me a bit of love now, a bit of stroking, whatever.
Bloods.
So how long have you been training with Harnaam and Kai?
It's over a year now.
Okay.
First, we built the relationship up, showed her obedience of how her dog should act. You know?
And Rottweilers aren't inherently dangerous, vicious.
No, you can get poodles that are aggressive and
Them
vicious.
yappy little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good boy, Kai. Boy. Good Kai, good boy. Shabash, good boy.
When Raj started working with the pair 12 months ago, Harnaam was at a real low point following a slew of online abuse.
Sit.
When you're reading these messages that are being sent to a woman, how did they make you feel?
Quite sad and quite angry. But since her confidence has gone way up here, she actually just laughed at them. She's like, look, Rod, look what this guy said. And I'm like, how am I supposed to act if she's laughing about it? We've actually been able to go out to dog-friendly bars and restaurants at night, and she feels so confident. And I've seen the change from last year to how she is now. We are massive.
Tell me about
mate,
that.
It makes gives you a smile, that does. Her confidence wasn't the greatest, and it's nice to see that we've come such a long way. It's been emotional, to be fair.
Has it made you change how you view femininity?
Yeah. Coming from an Asian background, you know, you're a bit closed off to that, aren't you?
Would you say hanging out with Harnaam has made you a bit more open-minded?
Open-minded, yeah.
Really,
Definitely. Yeah,
Raj?
100%.
Like what?
Sexuality, the way people think, don't be so narrow-minded. People need to kind of open their eyes a bit, man. Oh, look at you!
Watch
Back
him,
off!
watch him.
Oh, stop! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Get him off!
Out! You couldn't pay me £1 million to do Raj's occupation. Not in a million years. I'm sleeping over with body positive campaigner Harnaam Kaur.
I'm like excited to cook for you.
I'm happy to help. You
Okay.
just tell me what to do.
Okay, there's a lot of chopping.
Yep. Hello, mate. We're just joining us for dinner is Harnaam's cousin Rahul. Yeah, come on in. Rahul moved to Britain 18 months ago to study and has been living with Harnaam and her parents ever since. So you live together?
Exactly like my family.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like back in India, exactly like that.
Raj, do you want to join us and cook?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Hartola.
Yeah.
Do the onions. Take over with Stacey.
I can clean up. I think I'm a better cleaner than I am a cook. When you realised who your cousin was and the woman that she is, talk me through how you felt.
I feel like, yeah, it's normal. It doesn't matter if she has a beard or not. But I mean, you are famous now. When I go to my workplace, when she usually picks me up, every single person from my workplace be like, "Oh my days, can I get a selfie, please?" Little things that make me like, "Oh my days, that's my sister."
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
I was really surprised to hear that some of the abuse comes from people within your community.
Yeah. Actually, it's the majority of it.
What religion did you follow?
So I was born and brought up in a Sikh family. So Sikhism or Sikhi was the religion. And obviously one of the rules is that you have to keep your body intact. You can't drink, have sex before marriage. But that just wasn't for me. I don't want to portray the religion in a bad way because it's so peaceful. I've learned so much from it, but I'd rather take the spirituality from it over the rules and regulations.
But that's interesting. So some people, the issue isn't that you've got a beard, it's that you have decided to be this powerful, outspoken woman and you're not dedicating your life to religion anymore.
Like, how dare I wear a turban and have a beard and look like a certain type of person from a certain community and religion, but then not abide by the rules and regulations of that.
So in what way are you, in their minds, not sticking to your religion?
So I'm representing the faith in the wrong way. Like, baptised Sikh women, they live very simply. And then I challenged that. Am I going to hell because I've got my nails done? I'm gonna go to hell because I'm wearing makeup? And if that means that I'm going to hell looking like this, I'm gonna party with Satan.
Will I bring these over?
Yeah.
Thank you, this is so kind.
How's your food?
Great. I mean, you know what's great? The feeling you get when you've really contributed to a meal.
Your onions made a well-rounded dish, you know.
Yeah, brought the whole dish to life, really, hasn't it? I'm dead. Harnaam has put up some strong defences to cope with her situation. But at the same time, she's not without a sense of humour. Out of curiosity, when you're eating something messy or fiddly, is it more of a hassle having your beard?
I wanted to open a YouTube channel series type thing of Bearded Lady Eats and the problems that I have with eating certain foods.
Stop it.
Say, for example, like go into a Subway, get a fully loaded sub and try and eat the sub without anything touching my beard.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Almost
Nice
finish
to
it.
meet you. There are a few parallels with me and Harnaam. We're both women. Strangers have opinions when it comes to us, but I can't pretend that I know how it feels to be ridiculed on a daily basis. Of course I read shit about myself, but I'm not laughed at and, well, I am, but you know, not for my appearance. And I'm not receiving daily death threats. It's Saturday morning and I'm excited for the day ahead.
Hi.
And so is Kai.
It's so silly.
I'm looking substantially less glamorous than Harnaam. As well as online campaigns for body positivity,
This is my body, my rules.
Harnaam has also been branching out into makeup tutorials.
So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do this look. I was a beginner once. I'm sure you want to learn new things as well. I'm so excited to show you.
How's my face?
Stuns. You are looking a whole mood.
To be honest, the reason why I'm wearing this dress is because I need to do like shoulder shots and it's easy to just pull down.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go and do a photo shoot. Today, she's organised a photo shoot to launch her very own makeup range.
These are literally the eyeliners there. Got the purples,
Oh, congrats.
we've got the blues.
God, today's such a big day for you. It's so
It's huge,
exciting.
it's absolutely huge. I know what I'm doing, but you know when you're like flustered, I'm a bit flustered.
The HK Beauty range will be launched online later in the year. But Harnaam has taken what some may consider a gamble with how she's promoting her brand. Rather than finding models that fit with society's standard of beauty, Harnaam has reached out to people that have a similar story to her. At some point, they've all felt ostracised for who they are. I remember Harnaam saying to me last night, it's so important to her that this shoe is promoting genuine inclusivity.
I spent the majority of my life having to hide my individuality. People love shouting faggot at me out the window, and that's what it usually is. So it's nice to be included.
How do you know Harnaam?
We did a shoot, I think it's 4 or 6 years ago, and it was again for like being unapologetic about who you are. And I fell in love with her from then, really. She's great.
Could we do one where you're like sort of side profile on and with the hands that way? Well, that's stunning. Our brand, it's not about tokenism. Like, just because I've used like a model of colour doesn't mean I'm not going to use them again. And there's some brands out there that will tick that box of, oh yeah, we've got diversity now. No, you actually don't, because it's not in your ethos. And I would always, always, always root for people that are different to be like, look, you feel like you're not represented, come to me.
Gorgeous. For Harnaam, this is more than just a passion project. Failure is not an option.
I want to see myself, my team, my makeup in Harvey Nichols. You know, I see myself global, 100%, but because I'm so passionate about it, it can't do anything but work.
Yeah. Should we do some more arm tuck buns? Because that was quite nice, yeah. So nice.
Determined to break the mould of how society views beauty, Harnaam intends to promote her makeup brand with true inclusivity.
Maybe looking at me, actually.
One of the themes that Harnaam wants to tackle is the acceptance of female body hair. Why do you think some women in the UK feel like we've got to get rid of any body hair?
I think it's society's standards, and I think people think it's more feminine if you have less hair.
I can't tell you how many hours I've spent lying in a compromising position, being lasered with a laser up my arsehole. I swear! Why am I doing this?
Oh, these are beautiful, Charles.
That's wicked, that one. Part-time model Shah comes from the Julia Roberts school of thinking when it comes to body hair. When you're hired as a model, do they ask, you know, have you got body hair? Are you willing to remove the body hair? Do you have to have those kind of conversations?
Yeah, sometimes if you're lucky enough, you get to have those conversations. Because for me, I'm a hairy woman. So if I turn up onto set as me, sometimes it's like, oh, has anyone got a razor? And it can feel really awkward. It can feel really belittling, and it's kind of something that I hope changes in the industry.
What's interesting is when you speak to women, they say, or their partners sort of don't like it when their legs are bristly, or, you know, they haven't shaved their panty or whatever. I mean, have you ever been in those kinds of situations?
Yeah. My ex-girlfriend, she refused to allow me to grow my armpit hair. She was like absolutely disgusted by it.
Mm-hmm. And your partner now, she sees all of you and she just thinks you're bloody beautiful.
She just doesn't care. She just thinks whatever makes you feel good. And I think that's the key. Like, it's not about an aesthetic, it's about a feeling.
Gorgeous. Yes. Love that. Let's recreate that, because that's beautiful.
I don't even know how I did it.
You just like...
The more time I spend around Harnaam, the more I get a sense that she's had enough of feeling suppressed and is now making up for lost time.
Beautiful.
We gotta get a cheeky one in. I think I'm using my platform and the privilege. Imagine that. I'm a South Indian woman, beard and a turban, living in the West, and I'm privileged. I want to use that to then empower other people, and I want to be able to do that for each and every person that wants to join this movement.
This one's going to be the one. Sick.
It's heartbreaking to know that so many people have felt judged or othered. What's promising is that they're in a totally different space now.
That's perfect.
Right, guys, it's a wrap. That is a wrap.
It's my third day sleeping over with Harnaam Kaur.
So we're in Berlin, the first country on our European tour. We are so excited. Netherlands, we're in Amsterdam, baby.
Since building up her online platform, Harnaam has spent much of her time touring.
My name's Harnaam Kaur. Thank you so much for coming.
Telling her story and spreading awareness about her condition.
I'm going to show the next little girl that's got a beard growing that, do you know what, you can keep it if you want to. I don't want people to think that, oh my God, if I'm different, then I'm a freak and that this is the job that I have to do. Thank you so much.
Polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, elevates testosterone levels, which is what causes the facial hair growth. But this is just one of the many symptoms. So, will we sit round here? Does that feel all right? Yeah. We've been invited to attend a meeting with the self-funded PCOS charity known as Verity. Well, listen, thank you so much for your time. So appreciate it. This nationwide support group reach out to women affected by this surprisingly common condition.
So PCOS affects 1 in 10. South Asian women, 1 in 2.
Wow.
So it's really quite new that younger people are getting diagnosed now, whereas 10, 15 years ago it was when you were going through fertility treatment.
What do the symptoms, side effects look like?
PCOS is different every year of your life. So when you're 16, it's, oh my God, my periods are horrible. Or then you get to 17, you're like, oh my God, my spots. And then you hit 18, you're like, oh my God, is that a hair? But then fast forward into your 20s, you're like, I want to have a baby. And every year is something completely different.
So are you actively trying? Would you like to have a
this will
baby?
be, started trying in January 2020.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't have IVF because my BMI is too high. But I can't lose weight because I've got PCOS.
Have you met women who have PCOS and have been able to have a family?
Oh yeah.
So that's so we know it's totally achievable. I get the impression that the ladies have wanted to meet Harnaam for quite some time. I'm told that PCOS disproportionately affects women from ethnic minority backgrounds. So the idea that she's got this following and people listen to what she's got to say, I think they're hoping that she sort of acts as a bit of an ambassador for them.
Have any of you ever been made to feel ashamed of the way that you look, which has been connected to having PCOS?
When you come from a Black Caribbean background, family members, they're very straight talking. They don't kind of beat around the bush. So oh, you put on weight. Well, thanks.
Yeah, you want to be vulnerable. It's hard to be strong it's exhausting being strong all the time.
What do you guys make of Harnaam?
Empowering. Yeah. Really empowering. You bring it to life.
Yeah.
You don't sit there, is everything wrong with me to do with PCOS? Actually, no, it can be other things, as we've all explained ourselves.
It just feels like you can actually accept yourself, and that needs to be done so much with PCOS. It's really hard.
It gives you hope and it inspires, because that's what I attain for, is that power in loving myself. So to see that is great. I said I wouldn't get emotional on it.
I didn't know a huge amount about PCOS prior to hanging out with Harnaam. I've definitely learnt loads. Lots of women are affected, but I get the sense they're learning to live with it. They've overcome hurdles and they're living fulfilled lives. That is possible.
We have all touched on so many negative parts of it, but I also do have a real positive out of it. I've never ever been so in tune with my body.
Right.
When there's a line in the women's toilets, I go into the men's. No one says anything.
How was that for you?
Very informative. I feel like I learned things about myself that I didn't even know.
They really seemed so proud of you.
I was not expecting that. I do not want someone to struggle with it. I want someone to be like, I'm gonna own it in my own way and try and take care of myself the best that I can. And to know that there's so many people here and around the world that have it, we can all support each other.
Oh, that's your profile pic. Let me see. Stuns. I've never been on any dating app. Can I have a nose? Will you show me? Harnaam appears completely at ease with her femininity. But I'm interested to find out how an outgoing woman with a beard deals with the world of romance. Are you casually dating anyone?
I am casually dating. But also it's like I'm very straightforward. Like I do have polycystic ovaries. Like this is how I am, you know. I just love like flirty banter, make me laugh, you know. Go on crazy dates, I want to have crazy sex. I just want to have a good time with whoever I'm with.
As you should. Right. You said to me when we met, I'm pansexual.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Pansexuality is literally hearts, not parts. So it doesn't matter what your sexuality is, what your gender is, what you look like. I'm literally in love with you for the way that you are internally.
Have you ever attracted men that have a fetish and they try and objectify you?
Always. It's always the case. I think for some people it's like, I want to try her in a sexual way to get a notch on their belt and also to see what it's like. But then I'm not an object for you to try, have, keep, whatever, for your own sordid doing. And I don't think I've ever really been in a long-term relationship.
Ever?
Mm-mm. I was engaged at the age of 21.
Stop.
I would not call that a relationship because I went through so much trauma because I don't want it to downplay what a real relationship is, if that makes sense. Someone from the local Gurdwara, so the Sikh temple, said, oh, Harnaam and her family are going to India. Maybe there's someone out there for her, right? So he knew of someone. I went to India and I had all these people that were telling me you'll never get married, you'll never get married. And I really wanted kids young because I wanted to be a young mum. And I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. He's all right with me. He's seen the beard. He seems to be okay with it, sort of thing.
What was his reaction when you first met?
Nothing, just said hi.
Yeah. Quite formal.
Very formal, right? Because obviously we're not supposed to be lustful before marriage and have sex before marriage or have any sort of relations before marriage, etc. And then 9 days later, we got engaged. That was our first meeting. And then came all the you cans and your can'ts. You're not allowed to wear makeup, no tattoos, no piercings. And she goes, if I know that another man's had his way with you, we'll merely sleep together next to each other as husband and wife, but I'll never touch you.
How long were you engaged?
Oh, I broke up with him 2 months before we were supposed to get married. I was like, fuck this, I can't do this.
What did your parents say?
They were happy. My dad's probably like, yeah, I don't need to shell out money and that for this wedding.
In many ways, Harnaam is quite the feminist. She has decided to reject some of the rules laid down by religion. She's certainly not going to entertain any misogyny. Am I going the right way?
So yeah, you've cancelled that much.
Okay. You know, you have to respect women that really decide to do things their way when it's not the status quo.
He looks like he was in Harry Potter.
He's a bit young for you, I think.
He's way too young.
He's all right. Since the age of 22, Harnaam has not only accepted her beard growth, she's embraced it, even promoting a brand of beard and hair elixir. But for a girl, accepting a beard is never going to be easy.
So these...
You'd have been how old?
Must have been a toddler then.
You are just the cutest little thing. Would you say you had a happy childhood?
Yeah. Absolutely. Things only went wrong when my body started changing.
When Harnaam's facial hair started growing at school, the bullying started. When you were in school, were you trying to hide your beard?
I used to get growth around my throat area and like my upper lip. And when I was a lot younger, my mum took me to the beauty parlour to get my face waxed. I went through the most horrendous flipping pain. The beautician, she went shh, like that. I screamed the place down. And that was like what I had to go through twice a week you know?
And your mum's probably thinking that she's helping.
Yeah.
Because if we get rid of this facial hair, my child is getting less hassle at school.
Which wasn't the truth.
Yeah.
My hair just grew darker, longer, faster, you know, and just spread. Oh my God, me and my mum are matching there.
Yeah. Your mum is so chic here. What's your relationship like with your mum now?
It's all right. I mean, I know she loves me, I know she cares, but they've put up with a lot of things that I put them through. The way that I came home from being bullied and then retaliated at home because I was just sick of it. Like, they've had to put up with a lot.
Although still haunted by experiences from her childhood, Harnaam wants to try and face her demons. Tomorrow, the plan is to go back to Harnaam's secondary school, and I get the impression she had quite a tough time of it, and she's hoping to resolve some childhood trauma. But that requires resurrecting old ghosts, so I really hope she finds it beneficial. Morning! Got a crumpet?
Yeah, perfect.
1 or 2?
2, please. What do you have in your crumpet? I don't have, like, butter.
Yeah, just butter.
I've got to cut the label off my top, though. I don't know where it is. I didn't steal it, guys.
It's been paid for, disclaimer. It's my last day staying with Harnaam and a big day for her. How are you feeling about seeing your teacher?
Last 2 weeks, that's all I've been doing is thinking about, like, if I was to drive past the school, envisioning myself in front of him as a young girl, like, induced, like, panic attacks.
What are you hoping to get from today?
Closure. I don't think I'll get it, though.
Well, let's just sort of take today as it comes.
It's just a walk through hell. It'll be fine.
Though Harnaam's school days were largely unhappy, there was one teacher that was a beacon of light. And that's who we're meeting now.
Hiya.
How are you doing?
So good, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
You look so well.
Nice to
Right.
meet, I'm
Nice to meet
Stacey,
you too.
likewise. Sashi was Harnaam's religious studies teacher. He is now the school counsellor.
I still remember you with your helmet and your bike.
Helmet. Oh, did you cycle
I
in?
know, I had a scooter.
No, your scooter,
Yeah.
Is that was much cooler than
Oh,
that?
it was,
Yeah,
it was.
scooter.
Sorry.
You haven't changed or anything.
I got some grey hairs, they're just coming on.
Oh,
no.
I'm working them. I'm working them.
Because I feel like, I don't know, just as a... I can't do this.
You can, you can. You've done plenty, girl.
I'm so excited to meet you, but like coming back here, I just still feel like I feel vulnerable still.
You're honestly going to be fine. You've already done fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just I still feel like I'm still your student.
That's a privilege, thank you.
Like I don't even know if I'm allowed to take my phone out.
I think you need to relax.
I know.
You're 31.
This place is hell on earth for me.
Right.
And right now I'm having to face it, not knowing if I'm going to get closure. And I don't even know if I need it now. Like I struggle with deep psychological trauma. And it's not your fault. Like I'd get dreams of being like gang raped by all my bullies.
Oh, no.
And then like they'd have their like hands over my mouth so that I can't speak. You know, and that's how I felt as a young girl, like no one's listening to me. Or like the amount of times I came here with self-harm scars, or sat right here, wrote a suicide note, printed it there, and had girls look at me, read it and laugh at me. Overdosing downstairs in the girls' fucking bathroom. Couldn't walk in here without crying. Like imagine when I was young, like that was fucking mad.
But it shows you how strong you were to come back every day in, day out, to come and face that.
I never see it like that, yeah. But it's true.
For me, like just hearing you talk at the moment, I'm super proud of you just for stepping over here today.
Thank you.
And I'm amazed that, I mean, I didn't really have anything to do with your journey. You've done this all yourself.
Yeah.
Did you realise that Harnaam was getting bullied to the extent that she was?
Not to the extent, no. I have a very isolated view. Teaching, I'm just in that room, and that is my world.
How do you remember Harnaam?
I experienced Harnaam as like a very quiet, gentle person in class. You weren't rude at all, very compliant, but quite genuine, because we'd have discussions and you'd get involved in those.
Yep.
And that was a bit of a formative year for me, because I was training as a teacher in that year as well.
But that's the thing though, because when I look back at my school life, like, you really stand out. And I don't think you quite know or understand the impact that you had in a positive way for a lot of kids. I bet you didn't think that I'd look like this walking through those doors. I don't know how you envisioned me, but...
We were sitting as a family not long ago and just discussing, and because my wife follows what you're doing and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, there's respect. It is a very difficult thing for a lot of children to come to school every day. So if she was here now, what would you tell her?
Be a bit prouder, speak a bit louder. I know she's proud of me because I feel it. I tell her that it will be okay.
You said, Stacey, I'm doing this because I am wondering whether or not it might give me some closure. Where are you sat here now?
I'm just happy to be in your presence.
I think it's amazing to think of the fact that you have continued to push at who you are.
Yeah.
I imagine that there's a lot of comeback on that on a regular basis, and yet you continue to keep going at it no matter what. That's very powerful.
Right, this is going to be so interesting. Are you still got the computers up here and over there?
Yeah, I work out there.
Was that lift always there?
Yes,
I think what today really illustrates is how rough a time she had it growing up. I think her childhood, there were moments when it was really so painful.
We had like one-way systems for the stairs as well.
Yeah.
Like, was this
Step to the left.
No.
I think when you're growing up, you're so desperate to conform, and the idea that she felt different, you can't underestimate what that does to you. Yeah, she did well today. It's hard to comprehend the emotional journey that Harnaam has been on. But her strength in character has meant she's overcoming adversity. I think it's crazy interesting that this strong woman has sort of turned her back on what we're supposed to subscribe to and done things her way.
It's been wonderful.
I've had a lovely time.
Are you right coming down?
Yes, easy. You've got to have a bit about you to have that confidence to rock the beard. What a weekend! Well done, Ron.
Well done. Thank you so much.
No, likewise.
You helped me face my fears in the most amazing way, so thank you for your support.
I think she's very resilient, courageous. She's unapologetically herself, which is what we all aspire to, I think. I think, you know, with Harnaam, like, the best is yet to come.